Looks good. Sorry, just let me get back in my chair.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Get all
We don't have to,
situated. This would be like a nice little blooper.
Yeah, maybe. I might have to like bring this closer and down because I'm sitting so far
Don't
away.
knock. If you knock over these figures, I
so
will end
wobbly.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
trying not
you're
to even
wobbly.
like touch the toes. Well, I don't know.
We're back, baby.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a live video session of the Men of Zen and Anime Research Podcast. My name is Brent.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Aiden.
He's
Today,
back.
Yes. Look at his glorious face.
I am sorry, guys. I had to go retrieve some souls from the underworld.
If
Fight some
Yeah.
demons.
Yeah, exactly.
there's a whole story behind it. The last few episodes we've had. So if you've listened to those, you absolutely know why we're so happy to have him back. But today we've got something special for you, something different in front of us. A bunch of Dragon Ball Super figures. Why could that be? Perhaps a new Dragon Ball Super movie?
Oh,
Dragon
maybe.
Ball Super Superheroes?
A super duper superhero movie?
Dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing Naruto.
That's
He's so far behind.
Yeah.
God.
Sorry, guys.
that's not even on our schedule.
Not even. Not even forever. Maybe later on. down
We
the line.
don't touch. I don't know if we're ever going to touch that golden god of Naruto. But no,
least
we're
not for
not
a
here
long
to talk
time.
about the nine-tailed demon boy of Naruto of the village. We're here to talk about Goku and Vegeta, but more particularly in this instance, Gohan and Piccolo.
Yeah, because guess what? Goku and Vegeta are in this movie maybe a total of 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, this
something
movie
like
this movie is not about Goku and Vegeta, which is weird because Dragon Ball Super has pretty much been just about Goku and Vegeta for the longest time.
Yeah.
And it's finally shining some light on two of the other fan favorite characters that really don't get a whole lot of attention, haven't gotten a whole lot of main character attention for years.
Right.
And in this case, so
They find some really interesting ways to breathe new life into
Right.
old characters, and they've been doing this. Also, we've noticed this in the Dragon Ball Super, the card game too.
Oh, yeah.
These similarities of they've added a new mechanic that takes a bunch of older cards now and actually might make them potentially better than we thought they could be, because now they can like what the Z evolution or the Z
yep,
Awaken
the Z
stuff,
Awaken. So
which is cool, and it's super awesome that it's breathing new life into old shit. But now, just like the movie, they're breathing new life into old shit, and I kind of hope that this is a theme that they keep doing.
I would like that.
Because I would love to see old stuff come back, and man, when we get into our opinions about the show, you'll find out why I'm so happy with this movie.
You know what? We got 3 different opinions, so let's hop into it. So, Dragon Ball Superhero is the 21st overall Dragon Ball movie and the second Dragon Ball Super movie.
First,
Yep.
holy
There's been 21
shit.
of these. Most
They can legally drink.
They can, yeah. This one can legally drink.
Is it only the second movie? I thought.
This is the second Super movie,
Oh,
but the
okay.
overall 21st
Gotcha,
Dragon
gotcha.
Ball movie in the franchise. It was originally set for an April 22nd release this year. However, due to a hack at Toei, it caused the film to be delayed until June 11th, 2022 in Japan. We in America just got it last night. We're filming this as of August 19th. We saw it on August 18th. My birthday, so this was just a fun thing to.
It was a
fun,
good outing.
Yeah, fun to do with my birthday.
It's always fun to see the Dragon Ball movies like in theaters. It's one of the
Oh,
only
yeah.
times when it's rare moments now in theaters when anybody gets like excited out loud in theaters, unless it's a Marvel film,
Right.
like the instance of Captain America and Thor's hammer. Like everybody cheered and clapped and
Yeah.
jumped
Right.
out of their seats. That was such a powerful moment. Like Dragon Ball is another one of those movies. Like any anime film, honestly. Like if you're there watching an anime, everybody there secretly like you look, even you don't know that person, but you're like, I know. And you both like, if like anybody got hyped or loud, you would just look at them and be like,
Yeah.
I get it.
By the way, Phil, did you do the thing I told you to do?
No, I completely forgot about it. My bad. I'll get you that
Hey
scene.
guys, I want to do the Aaron Yeager thing. You guys remember? I don't know if you guys are
yeah.
deep enough. But,
I'm so
yeah.
glad we didn't do that.
No, I want to bring that back.
But a little bit into the movie here. So, obviously, the Dragon Ball Super manga has been going on since the end of Super, the anime. So the manga has gone on to a farther timeline, farther story than the TV show did. Now, when this movie was announced, people were like, "Oh my God, when does this movie take place?" Because obviously we have Little Pan. We haven't seen Little Pan since the end of the original Dragon Ball Z, where she was 4 years old at the right before the next World Tournament. In this movie, she is 3 years old. She even mentions it. So this movie takes place no less than 1 year before the end of Dragon Ball Z.
She is the most capable 3-year-old in the world.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, like, especially compared to her father, Gohan, when he was 3 years old, was an absolute wuss until Piccolo trained him.
Right.
But this also, I'll get into that in a second. But essentially, the whole timeline placement, this is what a lot of fans were wondering, when does this movie take place? Because we have the manga, which has been going on for a while with its own story, and this coming up so close to the end of Z, which Z is supposedly still the canon ending, where Goku leaves with Oob. What they have here on the Wikipedia, Pan is 3 years old in this film, indicating this takes place no more than a year before the Peaceful World Saga, where she is 4. The film occurs at some point after the Galactic Patrol Prisoner Saga, which is the Moro arc in the manga, and the Granola the Survivor Saga, which just finished up in the manga literally today as well.
Okay.
However, the film was written purely as a sequel to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that released a couple of years ago, and so the Galactic Patrol and Granola the Survivor sagas are not referenced due to them being created in a parallel with the film.
Oh, okay.
Now, Akira Toriyama has stated, unfortunately, and this is why I really don't like this, there's 2 different timelines.
Yeah.
There's the manga timeline and then the anime and movie timelines.
Yes.
So
Yep.
even though there's a lot of really cool things that have happened in the manga, apparently they are not considered canon to the anime, which is usually weird because usually anime is the one making things that aren't canon to the manga.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Well, I don't know. In a weird way, that's kind of interesting that he's outright saying it so that, people watching the anime might have something fresh to experience rather than have everything spoiled via
Fair.
online with manga and stuff. So
fair, but that also kind of brings a sad point that when the anime returns, which supposedly it is going to return in a year at this point, it's not going to cover the Moro arcs. It's not going to cover
Really?
the Granola arc because if they take
that's
place in separate
sad.
timelines,
Right.
Granola's one that I was looking forward to.
right, which means if they don't cover the manga and the anime, we're not going to get Dragon Ball Super cards of these characters.
Not necessarily. They've done stuff like Android 21, and she was only a video game character. They've
As
done
of now.
things based off of Dragon Ball Super Heroes, which I don't think is canon anywhere.
No, I guess, supposedly it is canon. Dragon Ball Superhero is canon.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. I want my golden cooler.
No, you're
strange.
thinking. You're thinking of Dragon Ball Heroes, not Superheroes.
Yeah. Or wait.
Yeah, Superheroes the movie. Dragon Ball Heroes is the Japanese anime.
Oh, I thought it was
the
Dragon
vi-
Ball Super Heroes,
Yeah.
and I thought this was Dragon Ball Super Heroes.
Nope, I believe it's just Dragon Ball Heroes.
Oh.
So this is Dragon Ball Super Heroes. Got
Yes.
it.
All right, the development of this movie. The original series author Akira Toriyama once again provides the original concept, writing the script, including every detail of the dialogue, and drawing character designs for the film, changing pre-existing characters to their manga designs instead of those used in the anime. It has been said that he's even more invested in this film than the prior 3 films he wrote.
And I can tell.
The Red Ribbon Army were picked as antagonists since they didn't make a big splash in the original manga. Super is used twice in the film's name, as Toriyama forgot that the main title was Dragon Ball Super. Super is used twice in the manga. As Toriyama forgot that the main title was Dragon Ball Super rather than just Dragon Ball. The double usage is unintentional, but he's stuck with it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
Real quick question to that. So, As I was asking earlier, you said there's only 2 Super movies, but then
Yeah, there's
2
Dragon Ball
previous
Super.
So is Resurrection of F not count as one?
It's actually Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah,
I thought that was
they-
Super.
they-
That's what I was
they call
wondering.
it
I was like,
Dragon
I
Ball
thought there
Z
was 3
Resurrection
total.
F.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yep, it's not
I
Super.
literally never noticed that.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like,
Even
I swear
though-
there was 3, but
Yeah, even though they take those movies and put them into the
Right.
series as anime arcs, but last part here, production began in 2017. The final draft was produced after just 2 years. Production began before the release of Dragon Ball Super Broly. Initially, Piccolo was going to be the sole lead of the film, but one of the writers, Ioka, pushed for Gohan being his co-star. Toriyama does not script out battle scenes beyond, and now these 2 characters have a big battle. That's how he does things. But yeah, essentially, can we all agree that this is not Gohan's movie? This is Piccolo's movie.
I'd say yeah, Piccolo's definitely the main character. I'd say more.
Piccolo's the
his more
first
shine
main
time.
character, like in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's the one that you spend most of the time in the movie with,
Right.
and his whole premise is trying to get Gohan to get back into his fighting spirit. And when you really think about this movie, Gohan's really not in it all that much until near the end. But Piccolo's in it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Right.
It is, but at the same time, so this is, I think it's the story of, like, this movie is about Gohan, but it takes Piccolo to do it. Is really what
I'd
it
agree with
is.
that.
Like, I think Piccolo is the main focus, is the main protagonist, but overall, Piccolo's, objective is train Gohan. Gohan is the focus.
Yeah.
It's just he's not always in the picture.
Right.
Right. Essentially, the plot of this movie is that Piccolo's training Pan, little Pan. She is adorable in this movie. And essentially, Gohan is back to being a scholar. He's done with his training, or he says he trains on the side, but Piccolo kind of proves that he's not. And the whole point is the Red Ribbon Army's back, trying to get revenge and conquer the world. They trick Dr. Giro's grandson into creating new androids for them. And
So before we go any further here, because I don't know, like, we haven't said anything about, like, if we're doing any spoilers or what have you. Cause,
I mean, at this point,
Spoilers.
because that's kind of the thing.
Right.
If you've already heard that and
I mean, they showed that off in the trailer, though.
Right.
they do. That's true. But
Yeah, like, I haven't said
before we
anything that's
go,
not in
let's-
the
so let's-
trailer.
Yeah,
before we go
just
any
spoiler
further,
warning, guys.
There's gonna be spoilers.
There
here.
is going to
so if you don't want to hear them, this is not the place for you.
Right.
Go watch it and then come back.
See, to be fair, though, everything in this movie was revealed in the trailers. There was nothing that was in this movie that was not in the trailers.
Whoa, spoilers, bro.
You gotta do like the pause thing with Aqua. You know how she's freaking out and she does like the pause in the episode.
Yeah.
You gotta spice that in.
Oh yeah, or like.
I mean, I just assumed that was common knowledge at this point. Like, you could watch that trailer and just see,
you
like,
could be like me. I literally, so again, like, I was excited to see this because I knew like 3 things. I knew Gamma 1 and 2 was in it. I knew it had Big Orange Piccolo, and then I knew it was Dragon.
spoiler.
And that's about it. I had no clue. I think I watched one trailer, the very first one, and that was it. Like, I love going into stuff blind, and then I'm really good about not looking at anything that anybody sends
Right.
me about that shit at all. So this was a total surprise, and I loved it. That was
I
great.
honestly didn't see any of the trailers for this. I
Yeah.
just saw like screenshots from people like online, Facebook, and like social media just spoiling like the Orange Piccolo. I was like, oh, is this legit? Like, I just
Dude.
Oh yeah, like I got spoiled with this movie way too early about Gohan and Piccolo getting new forms and the villain of the movie and just so I just kind of went into it and I knew like the main points that were going to happen,
Right.
but I didn't know how exactly it was going to play out. And I gotta say, this movie did surprise me in some aspects. Overall, though, in my opinion, it was very much an entertaining movie. I had fun watching it. I saw some really cool scenes in it. The story is ass. And I think that it's one of the worst written Dragon Ball stories. But was it still a fun movie? Yeah, absolutely. Like, the animation could have been better. the animation, like we were talking about this earlier, it's very 50-50, right? Like,
Oh, I loved some of it.
hell yeah, some scenes look absolutely amazing, and then other scenes look like a PS2 game.
Right.
Yep.
I don't understand why they went with this style. I know some anime nowadays
It saves a lot of
like,
money.
Budget.
Yeah, it saves a lot of money.
Dragon Ball is one of the highest grossing properties in the world, especially for Japan. They have the money to splurge
Anime
on.
studios don't like. They usually don't make that much. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you know the reason why Battle of the Gods even came out is because the Japanese government was like, we need money. And they
Right.
went to Akira Toriyama and said, hey, we will pay you to make this movie. A lot of money to make this movie.
Yep.
Bring Dragon Ball back. And he did. And that made them millions and billions of dollars.
Smartest decision.
Yeah, and so,
So
when they tell me
smart.
budget cuts, I don't believe that.
When is the government going to start fucking backing different anime franchises here in America?
and also is a lot faster too. The CGI is a lot faster than people actually hand drawing. Like, others. And
Yeah,
then you
it's
save
just
a lot of like labor.
Could you imagine like Biden or even like Obama or something like? I loved Attack on Titan, and you should too.
Bring back Yu Yu Hakusho.
This is a demand to all of Cartoon Network to bring back Yu Yu Hakusho episodes.
But I mean, that's just what I thought, at least. What'd you think, Brent?
Oh man, okay, so I loved this movie so much, and for one reason you did point out that yeah, the story kind of sucks, but honestly, I didn't give a shit because Dragon Ball's never tell me the story of Dragon Ball. Please. It's strong people, big muscles fighting strong people with big muscles, only to realize there's another strong man with big muscles, and then they beat that strong man with big muscles, and then they get bigger muscles, and now they got bigger muscles, and there's another man with bigger muscles to come fight their muscles, and then they lose.
But usually they provide a great story arc that like helps segue into those different scenes. With this one, it felt like it was more, hey, this needs to happen, so this must happen to get said character to this position for the story. Like, the fact that, like, Piccolo can travel to and from the Red Ribbon Army base while wearing this uniform,
That was
keep flying in and out of the base
amazing.
and no one fucking notices that
was
this
so
dude's flying
funny.
away.
I loved that. That was hysterical.
Like,
And
you
that's-
don't- there's
and
not
that's why. Like, I don't care if it's
Yeah,
serious.
it's goofy.
It is. It was awesome. But again, like, he now knows that all he has to do is suppress his power level and they can't sense him. And again, like, he easily beat up one goon and took his uniform and snuck in pretty easy.
But, like, no one saw this Red Ribbon Army soldier flying away, like, to and from the headquarters multiple times.
Well, it was only... So he only flew away once and then flew back once.
I feel like he did more than that.
Because he left and...
Yeah, he first infiltrated it. He was in there in the room.
And they
found out
they
about
do
the
a
two
cool
gammas.
zoom out scene, which
Right.
is so this movie has some amazing scenes that normally you don't see in obviously in the actual anime, but just this really cool scene of him like flying from the Red Ribbon Army base like up into the air, and it does this cool like zoom out thing, and you can see the whole base, and he like turns his back to make sure no one sees him, and then he like jets off. I mean, we can see what he sees. I mean, if no one saw him there, then obviously just no one saw him. Plus, honestly and truthfully, people are fucking stupid. All people, myself included, we don't look up. If there's ever a time when you're like, oh, danger, nobody goes like this, because we're trained to, our surroundings. Everything in our surroundings is human size. We would never look up and go, what is the danger? Like, it just doesn't work. So if they're looking around, they're looking like this, maybe even looking low. They're not looking up in the air. They don't know.
I mean,
They're people, and they've proven to be pretty inept. They're not very smart.
though a lot of people in this movie were just like comically dumb to be comically
Right.
dumb.
Yeah.
This movie radiated like strong OG Dragon Ball.
That's exactly
vibes,
what I was
and
gonna
I know
say.
that's your jam.
Yes,
Like, that's your favorite.
Exactly why I loved it. It is straight up. It's Dragon Ball, but refreshed with new life. They reused so many old concepts from Dragon Ball. There's a fucking kaiju battle. It's insane. It is insanity for Dragon Ball. It was nuts. I loved it.
Well,
So
what
good.
do you think, Aiden? You were the one who saw sub.
Yeah, I
you
saw
saw
it
it
sub.
sub.
These guys saw it dub, so it might be a little different. So there's some things I really liked about it, and some things I don't. So going into it, not all the reviews I've read just been doo-doo about the movie, right? So going to it, I was like, I saw the animation too. I was like, I wasn't a fan of the animation. Then I watched it and it wasn't too bad, right? I thought it was gonna be more like Berserk 2016 animation, where it's just kind of like really shitty and poor budget.
Yeah,
But it was a lot better than that. It's still CGI, which I honestly prefer hand drawn, but honestly, yeah, you
Like,
can't have that with animes.
The
these
artwork
days.
for the Broly movie, like
Yeah.
done by Shintani, if they had done that for this movie, I think it would have
Right.
been like 10 times better.
yeah.
And then, well, for plot wise too, I feel like it was lacking. Like you said, there are some things that they put a lot of plot holes. Like in the big villain, I was like, here, just hit his head really fucking hard, and he blows up.
Yep.
I thought that was very convenient. I was
And
like,
I love that though. That was again like it's
Right.
really gimmicky and silly, but it works because
Right.
of how much like this movie is the Marvel Universe equivalent of Dragon Ball. Like you expect all of the action that you want from Marvel Comics,
Right.
but then Disney comes in and goes, "Yeah, but let's make it funny." Like this was so good. Like
Yeah.
if Disney had taken over Dragon Ball, this would have been the result.
I think that this movie actually reminds me heavily of Battle of the Gods, where like the action and then fighting wasn't as intense as I
Right.
remembered from like previous like
No.
Dragon Ball Z.
exactly. That's
Um,
going to this movie. That's why I had like, I
Because
was
it
hoping
felt
for more,
very
Dragon
like
Ball Z,
powered
yeah.
down, like it felt fair, like, and that's
Right.
kind of why I liked it, where it's not over the top, like world destroying energy balls all the time. It's just like a mundane little fight between some guys, and
Well,
like
like-
there's some consequences that can happen, but
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
absurd.
The humor though, like when Piccolo fought Gamma 2, and he literally says at one point, "Why can't I see his like those action
Those
noises?"
words,
Yeah,
yeah.
because every time Gamma 2 would hit him with something, you would see like ka-chow or kaboom or whammy or just something like along those like comic book lines.
Yeah,
And the fact that he even pointed that out and then made us realize, wait a minute, yeah, because I honestly don't think I noticed it at first when he hit him, and
Right.
then he said like, "Why can I see those words
Yeah.
and those sound effects?" And I couldn't unsee it after that.
well, no, you saw later when he was practicing with them, like fucking around with the equipment and on his stuff, right? It's a piece of gear that he has. Whenever he made contact, it would flat. It's like a giant hologram. So it wasn't just that, like Piccolo. It wasn't like they weren't breaking the fourth wall, like I thought they were. Like
Right.
trying to, like Piccolo talking to the audience, like, "Do you guys see this?" It's that he
Right.
really was seeing
Seeing
it.
that, yeah.
And oh my god, it's like the Joker of like pistols with the
Right.
POW flag sort of shit. But man, in Dragon Ball,
I mean, it did feel, yeah, very
Yeah,
Dragon Ball.
That's why I was going into it expecting to be more like Z. That's why I
Yeah.
was kind of a little disappointed, but it wasn't if you're going into it looking at it just like as an overall movie in the franchise, it was just more like a Dragon Ball vibes, like you said. My favorite parts were though the very end when Gohan pulled out that special move. I was so happy about that.
Oh, dude, like I mean, we're already
Right.
spoilers in at this
Right.
point. So
Yeah.
that fucking special
Special
beam
beam
cannon.
dude.
Oh,
That was cool.
Wow,
and
he's
then
at the
his
height of
phone.
his power.
His phone. Piccolo had the exact phone I would imagine Piccolo would have.
you mean a cat phone that he
I would imagine
obviously
Piccolo-
forced upon?
Yeah, the Demon King, the former Demon King with the meow ringtones.
Yeah, dude. I loved the picture of like his little house.
Right.
It's so small.
And he
Like,
would definitely have Squishmallows if Squishmallows
Yes.
were in that
I
universe.
feel like he didn't want those, but I really wish maybe we had gotten a little flashback of him like seeing one and kind of like wanting to buy one, and then Videl was like, "I
He
know a
likes
way
it,
to
right.
bribe you now,
Exactly.
making you buy
he
more
just has a fucking
Squishmallows."
pile of them. It's absolutely nuts. But
So, what did we all think of like the new characters? Like, let's start with the Gammas.
ooh, man,
I
love 'em.
loved them. Like in the Dragon Ball Super card game, I play the Gamma 1 and 2 leader. So finally getting a personality behind these characters. For the longest time, I was just playing this leader, having no idea what they were like in the show. I now know what they are like, and I like them. Like they're fun. Like you have one serious Gamma 1, and then you have the goofy like just cheese ball Gamma 2. Like they're awesome. I love them.
Like, what was it like for you watching them in subbed? Because I know like how they acted, like what their dialogue was in English. Like,
They honestly, it was very fitting in sub for their like the voice, even the voices. Like they sounded just like how I would imagine them, like kind of like a cheesy superhero type kind of thing. Like, and then for dub, I'm not sure what their voice like.
Were they like really deep, like superhero voices?
They weren't super deep like how like some superhero like
Not
they
like
they
All
they were
Might.
more masculine like than Goku was. You know, Goku and Vegeta's voice are more.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell they're higher pitched. They're
Yeah.
these voices were definitely more masculine.
Okay. All right. So yeah, not
Yeah.
quite like. Okay. Yeah. No. For the dub, it was wild. It was like they were teenagers, like
Was it?
18,
Yeah.
like 17, 18, something like that. Like they were brothers or twins,
Okay.
and they're just having a good time with each other, and like they can read each other's thoughts and finish each other's sandwiches and all that good shit.
Is it me, or maybe it's just me, but I think they missed a huge opportunity with this movie of not having Android 17 in the movie also, and having Android 18 and 17, like, at
Right.
one point in the movie fight Gamma 1 and 2.
That
Just
would be
like
cool.
the old androids versus the new ones.
Or
Like, that would have been...
bit of Android 21 would have been cool.
Well, I mean, we now know she existed. Or at
Yeah,
least
we
the
see a
was a
character at the very
picture.
beginning. We see like her hair.
yeah.
Well, we know it's now canon that the person that she was Android 21 was based off of was Dr. Giro's wife. That's been
Oh.
100% confirmed now. And then in the beginning, it proves once again that Dr. Giro's son, or one of his sons, was the basis of Android 16. And we don't know about the second one because apparently there was a second one. Did not know that until this movie. I thought he had one son, and that was the basis of Android 16. But nope, he had a second one that
Okay.
we never knew anything about.
And I love the his offspring in this film. He's
Oh, his
so
grandson?
funny. He's incredible.
Dr.
I
Hedo.
don't. He reminds me a lot of a My Hero Academia character. Like,
Yes.
looking at it, I was just like, man, this guy looks very like design wise, very My Hero.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
very goofy, and like everything about this movie, in a lot of ways, is goofy. Like I said, very Dragon Ball esque. What the heck was that?
Don't pay attention to that. That's just going. It's not gonna ruin anything here. You won't hear this at home. I accidentally have
Right.
something playing down here. It's not a big deal.
But yeah, Dr. Hedo, goofy. I didn't really take him that seriously.
Yeah.
He's one of the smartest guys. They really push it down your throat that he's smarter than Dr. Giro, and that I guess he's just incredibly smart, and he like loves superheroes. So he
Yeah.
based the gammas off superheroes.
Right. I mean, it's so he's so funny. His little spandex suit.
Yup.
He's got this little purple spandex suit with yellow gloves, like a fucking Master Shake. But
Yep.
his gloves. So like he's got this like the tech that he shows off is something even that like Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super has never shown, where his glove itself just morphs into a shape and produces
Right.
like a blip blip
Yeah.
like a thing, and I'm
Like,
like,
like a microphone or something.
yeah, I
communication.
was like, what in the fuck does he got? And then he's
Right.
talking about, all of his crazy experiments and how he toughened his skin.
He's really proud of his skin.
I mean, if I had bulletproof skin, I probably talk a lot of shit to people. I'm not gonna lie.
I
I'm like,
love
what are you
that.
do? Shoot me?
Well, it doesn't have like obvious plot
Right.
devices. Though, like the moment he brings up like his hardened skin, I'm like, oh no, that means like he's gonna
Right.
get shot or cut or
Right.
something, but it won't work. Or the way
that
Pan
little
is
bee
like,
thing,
I
yeah.
can't fly, but I'm like, that's gonna be like either like how it ends or how
Right.
how she saves the day somehow or some bullshit like that. Like,
Right, you could tell a mile away.
yeah, I mean,
Um,
there's not really a whole lot of mystery or intrigue
Right.
to these movies, and that's not why I watch them. I watch them for flashy fights between
Right.
Gamma 1 and 2
Right.
and Duracell Max.
Oh,
Speaking of flashy fights, though, when I was watching it with Maggie, she was really hoping the Doctor and the Magenta. She's hoping they wouldn't fight. I was hoping they have a huge fight scene, just those two.
dude, I was actually ready for that, and then
Right.
nope, he gets stung.
just like the
Yeah.
most average fight scene, just them just fighting. As you guys,
Yeah, his little bee.
Right.
So
Oh.
what it was talking about the commander, Magenta, is the son of Commander Red from Dragon Ball.
They look
And-
exactly alike too.
Yeah, like short.
With the
Yeah,
mustache.
It's the
short.
same guy.
He's just a different was it just tone itself, like overall, like he's just a lighter. Commander Red was just darker red, and he's just
Yep.
a lighter magenta.
yeah.
And like there's even some theories that Commander Violet is his mother. because
I mean, she's a color. It has to be.
well,
Right.
it's because on his desk you could see, like, it was very brief, but on his desk there's a picture of Commander Red and a picture of her. Those are the only 2 photos on his desk.
If you mix red and violet together, do you get magenta?
I have no idea, man. I don't know colors.
I don't know. I don't know those particular
That's-
colors on the wheel.
That's something that only you can ask a scholar.
Oh,
But Duracell Max, as Brent liked to call it.
Have you guys, real quick, have you guys seen Shin Godzilla?
I've seen Shin
Oh,
Godzilla.
Shin Godzilla. No.
He reminded me of Shin Godzilla with the way his beams shot out of his tail and his back.
Oh yeah, I
that's
think that
that's the thing. Yeah.
But so you guys remember how cool the Gohan versus Cell was back in the day? Like, we all agree that was a
Right.
pretty cool thing, right?
That's like when you think of Dragon Ball Z. That's like what you think of.
One of the fights, yeah. So what they did was they were like, hey, people loved that fight. Mm-hmm. Guys want to do it again?
You want to breathe some new life into it,
But make it absolutely worse in every way possible.
make it
that-
more fun.
I don't know.
The
I feel
stakes were really low. The Cell was not the same smart.
Yes.
guy.
So
Yeah.
they basically say they basically even talk about him right in the first like 15 minutes of the damn movie.
I feel like they missed a
mention-
huge opportunity. For
Yeah,
that,
they
too. Like,
they
could've-
mentioned Cell Max, and I'm like, whoa, they're
Right.
talking about it this soon. Like, they're not gonna like wait till the very end of the movie or near the end to be like, haha, guess what? We have this guy still in waiting.
Yep.
No, they fucking like tell you about him, and they say, oh, he's unstable. We can't release him.
Yep.
So like we all know, he's gonna be released because of that. So basically, this Cell is a giant behemoth version of Cell, which looks like be a combination of his second, and his perfect forms.
Yeah, and he's like in this giant steel pressurized chamber that looks like if you've seen Akira, it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
basically that, but
Oh.
a giant.
Yeah, no, it beeped. That's what I was
Cell is in
wondering.
there.
well,
Is that
guess-
what beeped? That's
yeah.
all right.
It's okay. We can still put
That's
the
fine.
audio
Yeah,
in the video.
we're still
No,
gonna do this
So you
anyway.
do the video and just hear the audio and it keeps playing. Guys,
Yeah,
the camera died,
we'll,
so that's why
we'll
you,
fade out into a
Yeah.
we'll fade out into a picture or some
Yeah,
shit.
that's
like a
fine.
freeze screen of us just like
Yeah.
talking.
Plus, we're coming up on
Yeah.
time here anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
We're good.
Yeah. But yeah, just so they basically talk about how Cell Max is a stronger version of the previous Cell. Now, is
Right.
he stronger? Absolutely. His physical strength is fucking nuts. But he doesn't have any of Cell's abilities. Doesn't have his
Hella
intellect.
dumb.
Yeah, all he does is roar, scream around, shoot energy blasts out of nowhere. But
Oh, it's intimidating though. That roar is like
yeah,
savage.
I mean, I'll give you that, but like he has a club tail instead of a stinger.
That's what I'm
just
saying. It's like Shin Godzilla with his tail and shooting the beams out.
he
I'm
looks
just saying.
dumb. He really did not look that good. Like if they
Yeah.
were gonna bring Cell back, because think of it, like
Cell he was there for his intellect. He was like a
Yeah.
good, like skilled fighter,
Yeah,
and
think
this
of-
Cell was just like a stupid fucking.
oh yeah, he was
Neanderthal.
he
This
was
is
he was
strong.
an absolute berserker. Think of this: the last couple of Dragon Ball movies. What have we had? They brought back Frieza in Resurrection F. They brought back Broly in Dragon Ball Super
Right.
Broly. But they took the original character and made improvements on them, and that's awesome. So when we hear those rumors of Cell being the final villain in this movie, and then we get this,
Yep.
which was
Right.
not at all an upgrade, a downgrade. He can't even regenerate, and that was one of Cell's like biggest things he did was he'd get hit really hard and regenerate. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you saw he lost his arm to Gamma, didn't
Basically
regenerate it.
lost, Yeah.
Yep. And they fall for the same tricks too from all the old ones where they'll be like, "Oh, they have a different form." Oh, fuck! I didn't know Saiyans could do shit. Like they only see their power level at their base, and they're like, "You guys are weak." And then they go to fight him, and they're like, "Oops, I've made a big mistake."
Yeah, so another thing, and I know I have a lot of complaints with this movie, but like you guys, Brent loves it. Aiden's mixed
don't-
about it.
I don't really, honestly, like out of all the movies, I probably rank it at the very least, the very bottom.
I-
Overall, as a movie,
Definitely
like,
better than Bio Broly.
I don't know. I don't know.
What?
I like Bio Broly as a villain better than Cell Max.
Ooh, that's a tough one actually.
Yeah.
We'll have to-
See, the reason why I like it better is just because I don't know. He's more. for me, you guys say he's intimidating, but I feel like Cell Max, they could have done so much more. This movie had potential, and they didn't do shit with it. I feel like they just made this movie just to make the movie, just to get out of the way.
I feel like that.
Yeah.
The fact that, like,
I'm all right with that. I loved it.
oh, and I mean,
Yeah.
like, here's the thing. I'm talking
was
shit about a
fun.
lot of it, but I enjoyed this movie still. Like, it was a fun time. I still think the Broly movie was better. I watched that movie a
Right.
lot of times.
So the other
after it
two,
came
like,
out.
just blow this out of the water.
Yeah. And
Well, like this one's just different too, where there's not a whole lot of Dragon Ball Z movies that
Right.
they don't put in Easter eggs
Right.
of themselves in their own movie. Like,
oh,
this
there's a
was-
lot of Easter eggs
yeah.
and like inside jokes they put in this. Like, remember when Trunks and Goten show up?
Yeah.
And like they're teenagers finally, like
Yep.
they've been little tiny
Right.
kids for the longest time, and even Piccolo says, "Wait, is that Goten and Trunks?"
Yeah, like,
Like-
it's clearly obvious, but he has to act dumb, and he's like, I can't tell if he was really serious.
Oh yeah, he
like,
was, because then he's like, I know it's been I know it's been a while, but it hasn't been that long. And Gohan's like, oh yeah, it's Saiyan stay little for the longest time. Then all of a sudden one day we just get a huge growth
It's
spurt.
just like overnight. Boop,
Yeah,
5.5
because-
foot tall.
Because think of it, at the end of Dragon Ball Super, like the Tournament of Power, that takes place 5 years after the Buu Saga.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Goten was 7 during the Buu Saga. He was 13 at the end of the Tournament of Power, but he was still a tiny,
Small, yeah.
tiny little guy. So was Trunks. But Gohan was 11 years old when he fought Cell, and was like twice that height. So it was just a thing that like the animators didn't want to make an older Goten and Trunks, so
Right.
they just used the older models for them, which were little kids. And then all of
yeah.
a sudden one day, now it's like boom, they're fucking teenagers. And then they make Gotenks. But we don't get cool Gotenks.
No, we get fat Gotenks.
Yep.
That's a little chonker.
I knew that was going to happen too. As soon as I just started doing it, I was like, God damn it.
yeah.
They're going to fuck up.
They can't make ghosts when they're in that form, can
Nope,
they?
they can't do
No.
shit when they're fat Gotenks.
Okay.
They can't even go Super Saiyan when they, go fat Gotenks. At the end though, like during the end, right before the end credits, where like pans like flying around in circles, seeing everybody, you see Goten and Trunks do the fusion dance, but you don't get to see the result.
Right.
And so
Oh,
we're
no.
thinking like
Yeah.
they perfected it the second
They
time,
probably did.
but we didn't get to see a like teenage or adult Gotenks. Like that was kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that's why. That has to be it. That they don't want to make a whole new like looking character design realistically.
I mean, they made the
Well,
same
I
fat
guess
Gotenks.
well, yeah, that's true.
It's literally just going to be taller Gotenks.
yeah, it would be.
That would have been cooler, though. I get why they made fat Gotenks for comedy reasons.
He would have been too strong, I think, though, if they
Eh.
actually did do that. Because I mean, he was fighting Majin Buu as Gotenks.
Yeah, but Majin
But-
Buu and Super Saiyan 3 is not even really a
Right.
thing. Like, power-wise, it's not even on the scale anymore.
Do you think these
Well-
forms are stronger than Super Saiyan like 3? Like his
Gamma
orange
1
or
against
his...
like Gamma 1 and 2,
Yeah.
if they had been like Gotenks, they would have just fucking crushed Gamma.
Think of it like this.
Do you think so? Do you
Um,
think I would imagine Piccolo's orange form would be stronger.
I
Oh, no,
think
Piccolo's
so.
orange form was stronger.
Yeah.
When Gohan fought Gamma 1 in his mystic form, those two were, like, fairly even.
Yeah.
So then when Piccolo shows up in his, orange form, he completely just one-shots Gamma 2.
Yeah.
At that point, Piccolo was, like, the strongest person on Earth at that point.
Yeah.
And then Gohan goes beast mode. Yes, it's Gohan Beast. That's
Yes.
when he, like, just completely just one-shots Cell.
Yep.
And did you realize he did the same fucking thing he did to Cell Max as he did to normal Cell? Jump kicked him in the gut. Just like he did to last Cell. Like this literal movie was just SS2 Gohan versus Cell,
Yep.
the sequel.
It's like I would say for those that are the fans of the OG stuff, this is your Star Wars Episode 7, where like everybody's like the new trilogy sucks. I mean, I'm on that same boat, but honestly, I did like Episode 7 for the reasons of yes, it was just Episode 4 again with
Right.
fancier stuff this time. But that's kind of why I liked it too, though, was because it was fun to see, like, okay, this is how they're showing me how technology has evolved and the way things have changed. It's the same thing with Dragon Ball, where now they're just like, okay, now this is how you remember how it used to be with SS2 fighting Cell, and how hard it was, and how difficult this was, or how weak Piccolo was. Well, this is how it is now. And I know that this is an alternate universe, but I really want to see Orange Piccolo again.
Oh, dude, same.
I do,
Orange
yeah.
Piccolo is
He's
awesome.
That form is cool. Like he looked
badass.
badass. Yeah.
Like when that form erupts out of nowhere, like that was awesome. Piccolo is one of my favorite characters. So seeing him get a power boost,
straight up did not ever see that form. Like when people were like Orange Piccolo, I thought they were just like referring to the like because he's like kind of glows a little bit when he gets his
mystic form.
His mystic form. I thought that was it, and I was like, what? He becomes like a slightly lighter color. It's like whatever.
It's
I didn't
light
know he
orange.
fucking
He's like yellow now.
turns into the goddamn Hulk.
Oh, dude, yeah. So okay, so that was really your first time seeing
Yeah,
Orange Piccolo.
I had no idea.
Oh man, like what was going through your mind at that
No,
exact
that's
moment?
why I legit like my jaw was on those. My mouth was open. I was like, I was fucking stoked. Dude, that's awesome. I loved it because again, it breathes new life into Piccolo. Like,
Yeah,
he can't
he needed
compete
it.
with them anymore. But now,
now
is
he
this-
can.
Is it permanent? Well,
So-
I mean, obviously, this alternate universe, we're never gonna know.
Akira Toriyama said that this form, Orange Piccolo, allows him to fight alongside Goku and Vegeta.
Right.
So now, this is still canon. The movie.
I thought the movie
is
wasn't canon.
No, the movies are canon. Broly is canon.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The movies starting from Battle of Gods and upwards are canon.
See, I thought
okay.
this specific movie was not.
Yeah,
Nope,
I thought you said
this
this
one-
was alternate universe.
Right.
There is the manga is its own universe, and the
and the
anime
movies,
/ movies are
okay,
their
yeah.
are their own other universe.
Yeah. I'm just stupid. It's late. I'm tired.
It's all good. It's all good. But last thing we'll talk about before we kind of wrap things up. Gohan has been that character that, for the longest time they were kind of leading it up that he was gonna, Goku was gonna pass on the torch to Gohan.
Yep.
Through all of Dragon Ball Z, we saw little bits of Gohan getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Little bits of hidden potential. We thought we saw that like full blown power when he became a Super Saiyan 2. And then when that wasn't really enough and they decided to give the mantle back to Goku, then Gohan got ultimate form.
Yep.
And once again, we thought, okay, he's repassing the torch to Gohan. Gohan fucked up and didn't finish the fight, so Goku had to come back. At the start of Battle of Gods, Gohan is still considered, according to Akira Toriyama, he is still considered the strongest fighter on the planet, even more so than Goku. His ultimate form is stronger than a Super Saiyan 3. They did confirm that.
Okay.
But then, not even a year or so later, you have Goku and Vegeta becoming Super Saiyan Blues
Yep.
and fighting Frieza. In that time, Gohan stopped training, and you saw what happened, how he looked in Resurrection F.
Right.
The green tracksuit. He was incredibly lean, couldn't even handle becoming a Super Saiyan, really.
Yep.
And now, then Tournament of Power happened, and he trained back up, got back to his, mystic form, and he got his fighting sense back. And he even says, I don't ever want to, I don't want to put my family in danger because I'm not strong enough to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
So he says he's going to continue training and becoming stronger so he can protect his family. He even says, I do not want to use the Super Saiyan transformation anymore. I want to discover a power that no one's ever seen before following, my path as a human. So we never expect to go on to ever use Super Saiyan again. And now this movie comes out, and Gohan's back to being a scholar, stopped training again. You can tell he's gotten weaker.
Mm-hmm.
And when Piccolo pushes him to start fighting again, the Gammas, we see him slowly start getting his fighting spirit back. He uses Super Saiyan, which he said he never wanted to use again. So that was a lie.
They had his daughter.
They had his daughter. He uses the Mystic form, which is great. And then he finally gets his Beast form, which Akira Toriyama states that this is truly the moment that this was building up towards. All those little bursts of primal rage that Gohan would exude was leading up to this form.
Is it actually called Beast form?
It is called
I thought
Gohan
you were
Beast.
just, I thought you were just saying that just for fun.
It's not called Beast form. It's literally called Gohan Beast.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's crazy.
And this is what apparently he's been leading up to. I hate the hairstyle on him. Don't get me
Oh,
wrong.
yep.
It's way too spiky, but it's
Right.
meant to look just like a Super Saiyan 2 form.
Yeah, that's what I got from it too.
But his personality is very like aggressive
Right.
and kind of cocky, which has been Gohan's downfall this whole
Right.
time, because he always gets a little cocky when he gets strong.
Yep.
But my biggest thing with Gohan is I want them to make up their goddamn minds with him. Is he a fighter? Is he a scholar? They keep going this back and forth thing with Gohan. He becomes weak after he stops training. He bulks up again to get his fighting sense back, and then he goes right back to losing it, going back to being a scholar. He keeps doing this and puts himself, his family in danger, and sometimes the world in danger, because he can't do
Right.
like
It's because money.
Right.
because money.
It's because money.
I hope they kill
It's
off
an
Gohan.
easy plot line they can keep going back to.
Right.
But
If
it's
they, it's always in their back pocket. If they need it for any excuse whatsoever, Gohan stopped training. Piccolo's got to train him back up because that's just how Gohan is. He always falls off the
Right.
bandwagon.
So I want them to kill off Gohan really bad, and then I want Pan to get really pissed off and like unlock a really cool new form.
Dude,
That'd
Pan
be cool.
Beast
I would support Pan. Fuck Gohan. I don't like Gohan.
All I
Gohan's
know
probably one of my
is-
least favorite characters.
All I know is
Yeah.
the next Tournament of Power, Universe 7, if we combine the storylines of manga and the movies and anime, Team Universe 7 has got this in the bag.
So,
we got
I don't know.
We got perfected Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, Legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Beast Gohan, Orange Piccolo,
We don't know
Granola.
what spaghetti they're gonna throw at the fucking wall, though.
Right.
Like,
I mean, fair. We got like we got Granola the Survivor because he's still alive right now.
Right.
Technically, right now we got Black Frieza.
well, so
Spoilers,
the-
guys.
Like
Again.
if we're gonna follow Dragon Ball rules, it's that yes, they are very strong, but what's the next level of strength? Like Zeno he's like
He's the god of gods.
he's the
like-
god of gods, but they're probably not gonna fight Zeno. So what is there that's
See-
stronger than Zeno? Who does Zeno report to? You know they're gonna come up with some shit like someone's gonna say a name, and even he's gonna be like, oh, I didn't mention that, and like there's gonna be some guy that's like, yes, I'm the ruler of all of the different cosmos, and
I
there's
hope that's
100
not
of
the case.
them.
Oh my god.
And that's exactly how it's gonna go.
I hope
'Cause-
this bring back Jiren. That's what I want. And then Jiren's like, yeah, I didn't really try because I knew you guys were good, right?
oh, if they give Jared like a new form, like if he can go Super
Right.
Saiyan.
Super Gray Jiren.
Jiren actually like trying this time.
Hold
It's
on,
like, yeah.
wait.
Turns out
White
he does
Jiren.
have hair. It's just one, and it turns
Right.
gold and just goes. Boop.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, well, how far we are in time right now?
Oh, we're way past.
Okay,
All right,
well, you know,
guys.
we'll end this. You know, I know we kind of went on a rant, but overall, I know I said a lot of things bad about it, but I really did enjoy it. I think if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you really need to watch it.
Rank it out of 10. Out of 10.
Out of 10, I give it a 7. It was solid animations. Sorry, great animations at times, funny story, good characters for the most part. 7 out of 10.
I'd
Brent?
say 8.5.
Oof. I'm gonna say 5 out of 10.
5. Ow.
Wow.
Wow.
Man,
That
I
hurts me
shit on
deep.
this more than you did, and I gave it a higher score than
I
that.
thought the very first half was super boring. I didn't really enjoy it, and I
Oh,
thought the
man.
fight scenes were very lackluster. Like they happened, and I was like, "Cool, I knew what's gonna happen." It's like it was just cheesy. I expected more out of it. I just expected more.
That's fair.
Yeah,
The best part of this movie was Orange Piccolo.
yeah
Let's
Orange
be real
Piccolo was
here.
cool. I thought it was cool. Like I was watching it in a really Okay, guys, I watched it in a very bad quality site. But when he slapped Cell with his arm, I thought it was his dong. I was like, his giant Piccolo dong just slapped Piccolo or just slapped Cell. And I was like, oh my god.
I just smacked him with my dick.
And I was like, but then I was like, there's got to be his arm. And I was like, yeah.
It's his third arm. We all know Namekians don't have penises.
Wow.
I was just like, yep. I was like, Maggie, look, it's his dick.
But go see it. It's very much worth it. The movie apparently has not been doing super hot in theaters. It's only made about 17 million
I think
in the
it's 'cause
first
it's
60
been-
days.
It's been out online like forever.
That's the thing. It got leaked. A lot of the story did get leaked, so
Yeah.
that might be a reason why no one's seeing it in theaters. But the One Piece movie is doing way better.
One Piece
than
is
this.
really good, though. I actually seem to binge it. No, It gets really good after a couple hundred episodes, man.
After a couple hundred episodes,
I grinded it out, and actually, it's getting really good. Man.
Don't worry, man. It's gonna get really good. All you gotta do is grind your nuts against the concrete for 100 episodes.
No,
Actually, like the first 100,
yeah.
150, I think are the most entertaining. It's around 150 that I went, okay, that's enough.
It dies down a little bit after that, but then it picks back up.
Like right around when the fucking what's his name, the reindeer guy,
Chopper.
Chopper.
yeah, that dude, yeah, like right around the time he gets introduced into the group.
I think that's when I fell off too.
And I was like it was fun, but I was like, I've done too much. Yeah. But anyway, we've also done too much on this episode. We wanted to try to stick to around 45 minutes. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in to our YouTube channel if you watch this. I don't know where else this is going to be posted. But hey, thanks for watching. And sorry the video cut out, but hope you enjoyed the still image that I will have created in its place.
Yeah.
Hey,
Make us all Super Saiyans.
Yeah.
Brent,
Make us all orange.
What?
Cool bar to Phil.
Cool bar.
Make all of us orange Piccolo.
Except for Phil. Cool bar to Phil.
I would end you. You forget I'm the one that edits these videos.
Fans, decide in the comments. Cool bar to Phil? Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Oh my god. But hey, thanks everybody for watching. Once again, this has been the Men of Zen, an anime research podcast. My name is Brent.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Aiden.
This has been the Men of Zen. Stay Zen.